Reflective practice is a term that's appearing a lot more often now we've come into curriculum for Wales, and it can kind of confuse or be a little bit intimidating to people. But when we bring it back to basics, it's simply just reflecting on what you do as a practitioner, and it's actually essential to individual professional development as well as vital in delivering high quality provision to children. So we know that research has shown us that practitioners who reflect on their learning are more likely to embed what they've learned and consequently then improve their practice because of it.
Well, with this element, I think one of the main things that we've certainly noticed as an authority initially was obviously our practitioners have been using and looking at the modules that Welsh Government produced. So we've told our practitioners to focus primarily on the curriculum for our non-maintained, which also include the reflective questions. And because they're all in one document, and those reflective questions comes immediately after a certain aspect that they want to be reflecting on, they found those more useful in what they needed. And it's just trying to get them to adopt that habit, if you like, of dipping into that reflective question. Leadership obviously needs to take that onus on there and create that ethos. We need to give practitioners that confidence, I feel, that it's okay, to change, and actually changing something that doesn't work within your reflective discussion is a strength within your setting, and just go for it and not be afraid to do that.
I know that reflective practice to me means that I'm continuously learning. I'm always trying to find something new and alter what I'm doing in class. So it's making sure that I don't stick to what I already know and something that we've always done over and over, but it's about adjusting this to what our learners need, and also linking this to theory and making sure that we've got reason for trying new things, on backing things up, giving things a go in the classroom. So the children benefit by having the best possible teaching and learning experiences that's available to them. We make sure that we adjust our pedagogy to suit the children. We have reflective practice meetings throughout the week, and I also make sure that the teaching assistants are heavily involved in the reflective practice. So we give them reflective practice topics that they are linked basically to the observations that we've taken of the children.
Practitioners are becoming more proficient at observation of what's going on. Then that reflection means that everybody is actually being provided for far more accurately. And I also think with a curriculum, when it's all about where the child is now, whereas I suppose practitioners have previously always been where do we need to get them to, has been more prominent. Whereas where is the child now? What does the child need next? As opposed to where do we need to get these children in before going to school?
Reflective practice is a really useful tool for discovering what your strengths are and what your areas for improvement are. And that's where you can kind of pick at ideas for new professional learning. And then it also supports you to reflect on your professional learning and ensure that you're taking away what you've learned and actually using it to impact positively on children's learning and development.
As a staff, we reflect on a regular basis. We have weekly meetings where we talk about the things that have gone well. We look at our observations and the so what, the now what. We've come together to revisit our vision as a nursery, making sure that everybody is singing off the same song sheet and we're all got the same goals and things in mind for what we're delivering. Our one-to-ones are an opportunity for practitioners to reflect on their own learning and where they are on this journey, identifying our strengths and weaknesses and where we want to improve, not just ourselves, but in what we're also delivering to the children and the learners at our settings.
Reflective models can help practitioners consider different viewpoints and can be used to dig deeper into what helps them learn, develop, make changes to their practice. It's important as well that that effective leaders should make good use of their self-evaluation process to consider how best to maintain and improve their setting to ensure it offers the best experiences for the young children in their care. All relevant partners, including the children, should be involved in the process and their views should be heard.